Sunday sharp do 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 do. Sunday sharp do 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 do. Sunday sharp do 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 do. Ah, hello, 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 hello. Eveningness, Anthony. How are you both doing? Hope both are well. Working while cleaning. Oh, I thought it was some kind of minor national holiday in America today, wasn't it? Something unimportant going on. What is it? Oh, it's goodbye. It's National Goodbye Treasonous Gits Award. Had to get something in there. Damn colonials. Right. Happy Independence Day, my American friends. No, something that the UK will never get to celebrate. Farewell, Empire. Farewell. Anyway, I hope everyone, both of you, have had good weeks. All is going well. Yay, Jess is here. Hello, Soxy lady. I hope you are well as well. Oh, that weren't good. What's up, my nerd, Jason? I'm married, lovely, lovely lady. How are you, my darling? Yeah, so nerd. Yes. So, what has Sharpe been up to this week? Not a lot. The joys of the unemployed life. I had my first shipment of shrimp come in that I ordered online from the Tropco in the UK. 10 blue dreams in a box, yay big, that weighed about half a ton. Yeah, I did film it, but it makes the rest of my videos look good, so you'll probably never see the light of day. But yeah, out of 10, one turned up DOA, but as 2 of the females are buried, and I'm not going to whinge and complain about one shrimp turning up dead, especially not when I only paid $3.95 postage, which is weird because they do that with shrimp, but the fish is 22 quid. Now, I don't know. Anyway, so they turned up. They're doing okay. Drip acclimated them for a couple of hours. One more has since unfortunately passed, but the 2 buried females are still there, and there's quite a few males, so hopefully we'll get a colony starting in there. My cherry shrimp skittles have just been doing what they do, keep reproducing at an alarming rate. All the other new fish are happy and doing what they should. Hello, Kenny. The Pracox rainbows are now in. Well, the first 5 are, and doing well as far as I can tell. I've not seen any eggs in the mop yet, but there we go. Yeah, well, I'm a bit more chill than that, you see, Jason. I look at it as given the amount of time and grief it would take to go through doing all the correct processes and blah blah blah, and for what one cherry shrimp's worth, it's just not worth the hassle. Physically, not monetarily worth my time to do it. It's not monetarily worth their time to do it either, you know. Perhaps I'm just more easygoing than some people. See, perhaps I'm your dream customer, Jason. Now you just need to set up Redfish Bluefish UK. Well, someone's got to beat Corey to it. He's dragging his heels. Yeah, someone's got to do it. Come on, it's a big market. Yeah, there weren't even that much because I got 10. There were $3.48, which is probably around about $4. The other Pracox rainbows that I got from Pets at Home in there are going to stay in quarantine a little while longer because one of them did unfortunately pass. No signs of any illness or disease. It's for Fisher and Pets at Home. Yeah. We just give it a little bit more time just to check there's nothing nasty going on. And when you consider I paid half for those ones, what I paid for those ones, yeah, it's not something you're going to worry about overly. Shelley's all doing well. No new baby plecos, although Fred and Ginger have been getting to know each other. Spotty, the little Albert, has been hiding up mostly. So if I don't see him again for another day, I'm going to be checking to see whether he's got another cave in there somewhere that he's made or discovered. But I'm also keeping an eye on Bertie as well, and she's not laid eggs, so we're safe in that front. There's not going to suddenly be a couple of hundred baby bristlenoses in there. Oh, pardon me. As for the rest, all doing well. Bit of a cyanobacteria thing going on in the second jelly tank, but I just scrape it out each week and job done. It's not exactly difficult to do, which will be one of my jobs tomorrow when I do the water changes there. As I may have mentioned last week, I did win on the Aquarium Adventures live stream. I did win in the giveaway. So I've got a very nice fish room towel, complete with a puffer fish, and this blows. Ooh, hello, Brody. And we also got, I'll say there's a sticker up on the tank. The grinning gimp face of Graham himself. This sucks pleco sticker. This blows puffer sticker, and a cock flower horn sticker. So yeah, all good and funny. And I'm sure I'll find somewhere to stick them, even if it's just in random shop windows around town. I don't think most people will get the jokes, but you know, perhaps that's what I'm going to have to do. Perhaps I'll have to figure out some kind of stickers for myself. Oh, finish me Siggy, that's not on. So yes. So other than Marek being in melt mode, because you know it's melt mode around here as well at the moment. I said it's not that hot. The humidity's through the roof, and I mean we're forecast storms, so we'll see what happens. We were forecasting last night. We're forecasting today, so yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we just get some rain. That'd be nice. Oh, pardon me. Yes, that'll do the trick. Plenty of rain. This week's video, I don't know if any or how many of you have seen it, but might actually be interesting to you, Jason. Further to our conversation either last week or the week before, I can't remember. I'm old and crap and my memory is absolutely shot. I did some water tests on local river water, the rainwater, i.e. the water out of my water butt in the back garden, and my pond. Some very interesting results. The rainwater was a lot softer, a lot more acidic than I was expecting. The river water was kind of what I was expecting, but I would have expected maybe a bit more nitrate in it. And my pond, well, how the heck a non-filtered pond has no nitrates in it, I have no idea. I mean, it's got 3 comet goldfish, several hundred or thousand pond snails, all the various other bugs and critters, frogs. Cats use it for drinking out of, birds bathe in it. How is it not got nitrates and it's not got a filter running on it? Oh no, how is my pond surviving without a filter and 3 tons of biomass? Oh no, oh no. I must go buy Biohome Ultimate. Oh right, that's why. It's because I let the sludge in the bottom of the pond do what the sludge in the bottom of the pond is supposed to do, and what it does in nature. I didn't pull all the sludge out and then had to spend thousands of pounds on a filter. But yeah, it was quite interesting results. I'll say you might enjoy it, Jason. Well, most other people are bored poopless, but hey, it was something I thought of doing. It was like, I reckon that'll work. Be interesting, if nothing else. In terms of straight away plants, well, I mean, there's not that much plant in there. There's some probably hornwort or elodea, one or the other, and a dwarf water hyacinth, not water hyacinth, water lily. That's all that's in there. And it's suddenly looking rather dark outside, so we might get the rain right now. But yeah, so proving pond sludge, just pond sludge and plants, just as good as an expensive filter. Hell of a lot cheaper as well. And I say, I mean, I don't feed the comets either, so I mean, they eat frog spawn and plants and anything that falls in there pretty much. So it fills up from rain. We've had the heat marrow. There's probably some more on the way. There usually is, but it's at the moment just extremely humid because we had a little bit of rain yesterday morning, then it got sunny again. Then it cleared out. And it felt quite nice earlier today, but the humidity's back again, so it's probably going to piddle it down. And my ankle and shoulder hurt. Manda Panda, Zen Ginger, hello, my lovely. How are you? And Patty, how are you? Hello, the bloody hell are you? Yeah. Vaguely human. That's about as good as I ever get. I'm going to actually have to turn the light on. That's how dark it's got outside. Oh, excuse the crotch shot. Oh, no, I think we managed to avoid it. Yeah, all good here. I will leave the curtains drawn mostly because otherwise, as soon as that cloud goes past, it'll be like, hot as heck. Well, as long as you've got plenty of talc, Marek, you'll survive. Also, a punka walla. Need a punka walla. Something to stand out wafting you with a big palm frond. Yeah. Yes. And how are you, Manda? Zen Ginger, how are you, my dearie? Missed you. Weirdly cool. Yeah, so that's kind of how it's been here today. It's been sort of sunny but strangely cool, and now it's all of a sudden, well, storms are rolling in. I was kind of hoping Kay was going to be here because Kay lives not too far from me, but she lives on the way that the weather's coming from, so she acts like a good weather detective for me. Hot beer inside with the AC on. Classic English weather. Yeah, exactly. What would an English summer be without rain? The last few years, basically. Last few years has pretty much been a drought all summer long. So, I'm not going to complain about rain, and it can be cold and wet as much as it likes. Oh, I can't see near. Yeah, so people in Attleborough don't, or England don't either. Right, next door do have a aircon unit, but nah, I just don't wear clothes. That works fairly well for me. So if it weren't for seeing Mary on a Sunday, first time I'd put clothes on would be for the live stream. Yeah, it's up where you are isn't too dissimilar to English weather, is it, Jason? So it's might get a bit colder in the summer or in the winter and a bit rainier elsewhere, but it's not too dissimilar to how it is over here. Yeah, everyone in Texas has. Yeah. Problem is, not everyone in Texas has heating, which is part of the problem. Happy Will Smith movie. Are you clown loaches messing about with your car? Oh, no, it's just the angle. Silly clown loaches. I thought they were supposed to be hidey uppy bottom dwellers. Happy you're not in Canada. Yeah. Canada's rather warm at this point in time as well, isn't it? So, yeah, when it's over 100 degrees in Canada, global warming is a thing. I'm 100 degrees below. That's a meh, it's 100 degrees above. Yeah, it's different. Mind you, if it gets to proper temperature 100 degrees, then yeah, everyone will die. Close to 50. Jeez, Mara, that's definitely not Norwegian. That is time to climb a mountain and get in the cool. Or just sit in front of a fan in a bikini. That might work. Just saying is all. We or you hit 40 plus a few years back. I know you and I have both hit 40 plus a few years ago, but yeah, it gets, let's say, anything over 24 just kills me. Fat, hairy, and I've got my blood is basically treacle. So, howdy, you degenerate? How you doing? Come on. Weird combination of English and German. I don't know why that happened. Maybe something to do with kicking bags of wind around a field. You never know. At least I'm not booing anyone's national anthem, so. Ooh, pardon me, I've definitely got winds today. I'm blaming those Walkers, like flaming hot crisps that the mouldy girl gave to me because they were too hot for her. They're not hot for me. I barely register on the Sharpe scale of hot food. Not, well, they're basic paprika and cayenne, basically, so not hot. And then over 72 or 22, yeah. Need food, but you don't want to move. You have men in the house, Marriott. You have male slaves. Get them to do it for you. Preferably something out of the fridge that's cold. You know it's bad when you go to eat something out of the fridge and you go, oh, that's cold. So you just sort of lean back a bit further and you just rest it on your belly because it's nice and cold. Yeah, been there, done that more than once. Yeah, I need food as well. I had 1 packet of crisps and 2 cream cakes. Never mind. It might be why I got wind. Spicy crisps and cream cake is probably not a good mix. Or Coke and Red Bull. Still not sponsored though. You know, never mind. One of these days. One is on the toilet and the other one is half dead on the couch. Oh, you know what us men are like. We're useless. So the other thing I like doing in hot weather is either fill one of my fish buckets up with cold water and sit there with my feet in it, or just fill the bath up with cold water and go sit in that for half hour, or until the water gets warm. I was in the bath this morning, a bit longer than I wanted to be, but didn't. For once on a Sunday morning, I didn't have any fish to catch, so I had like spare time on a Sunday morning. I was like, "What do I do now?" I'll just sit in the bath for another half hour. Can't hurt. I think I actually managed to get most of the stubble as well when I had a shave. So, yay. I'm just glad I haven't got the hair I had a couple of months ago. Oh dear, that would be nasty. I remember what that was like, long hair in hot weather. It was even worse back then because I actually had hair on the top as well. That was back when I had a 4-head, not a 5-head. I'm receding faster than the Norfolk coastline here, so, and anyone who knows what Norfolk coastline's like, yeah. People buy a house on top of cliff, complain when the insurance won't insure them because their house is going to be in the sea in about 6 years. And complain that house prices plummeted drastically because they were dumb enough to buy the house on the top of the cliff that's eroding rapidly. It's like people who buy a house on a road named something like Water Meadows Way or Floodplain Alley, and then complain when it floods. What do you expect? Why do you think I bought a house on the top of a hill? Well, what account for a hill around here anyway? Yeah, all the water flows down. Don't get flooded up here. Town might get flooded in, people everywhere around it's flooded, but even if the sea comes in, I'll be fine. Hello, Jenny Lynn, how are you? Good to see you. Always good to see new faces. More the merrier. But for the new people, just don't expect a fish stream like other fish streams because we get weird in here. The subject matter changes. If people want to talk fish, we'll talk fish. If people want to talk something else, weather, food, paranormal movies, bad jokes, women, ladies, lingerie, we'll talk about anything. We just try and avoid politics and religion, which is pretty much everything on YouTube. Avoid those and you're okay. So So I've really had not a lot going on this week, so I've really not got much to yak about. Other than the weather, not really done much. Nobody's been breeding. We do have some sad news. The magical colour changing glow light Danio, Chopro Danio, is no longer with us. She passed earlier this week. Shame, but 2-year-old Danio, so not overly surprised. And she couldn't figure out what colour she wanted to be either. She went from normal Danio coloration to all white, to white with black stripes, to white with a black head and black fins, back to all white, back to white with a black stripe down the middle, and then most recently she went back to all white with a normal glow light Danio tail. So it's been like that 18 months, changing colours like that. So wasn't getting bullied, was feeding fine, but just gave up the ghost, I think. Oh God, don't say that. I don't need any more blooming ghosts in this house. We had Shadow wandering around upstairs earlier. Hi, evening, Mike. How you doing? So we also had Zach, Floofy Ghost Cat, joining us as well. 14th century agrarian land management principles derailed by pressing needs of human migration to the Americas. Discuss. See now, I'm guessing you probably know your geography and you know where I live. So you know that is actually fairly apt. And on a lot of the area around here, is agrarian and is managed land, because a lot of it would flood if it wasn't. We've still got the old Victorian pump houses pumping the water out of the fens so that the farmers can farm it. How would people going to America have? I don't know how that would have affected things. No, it's the same kind of period. We're talking Victorian, so yeah, that could be an interesting one to think about. Yeah, no. Mandy, it would not surprise me if I had a fish with anxiety. Because when I got her, she was normal colour, and then she just started changing colours on me. So yeah, maybe it was anxiety. Maybe she had fishy vitiligo, some kind of melanistic trait that was just all over the shop. But she was certainly a character. Always good, always easy. You could always tell which one she was, because she's the one that was a completely different colour to all the others. So yeah, we've just got 6 of those left now. But hey, 6 out of 7 Danios that I've bought from a chain store, and they're still alive 2.5 years later, maybe. I think they've done quite well. But yeah, so you were fairly close to the mark there, Jason, with that. It's like I was thinking earlier, it's like, did America really have a Bronze Age and an Iron Age? Or an Industrial Revolution? Or had that all happened? Well, obviously, like the Bronze Age and Iron Age had happened, but the Industrial Revolution, whatever, had that all happened before Europeans started settling America? Fish says, yeah, it's just your soulmate, Marek, is a glow like Danio. It's worse things to have as a soulmate. Oh, and I'm lucky because, well, my soulmate is human, obviously, Mary, but my spirit animal, my guardian angel, he is right there, looking down on me as he always does, always did. I was always second best in that relationship. Um, he adopted me, decided that I needed looking after. I think more than anything, it was all hail the Floof King, exactly. Lord Floofer Floofington, the Floof monster, the Floofer. Floofy boy, Fuzz monster, Zach, dumbass cat. For a cat as smart as he was, he did some dumb things. Kind of similar to me in that respect. Intelligent, but still capable of massive dumbassery. Well, not as bad as some of the things I've seen lately. The internet. Proving that sometimes eugenics would be a good idea. Jeez. I mean, I saw someone who thought the B in LGBT standing for black. Someone else who wondered what a criber was because someone said they were a transcriber. Oh dear, he's just take them out back and bolt them. Yeah, it was. Hello, my fish tanks. How are you? Pamilala. Are we Pamilala or are we Pamela at the moment? Are we caffeinated? Yeah, exactly. That's probably why me and Zach got on so well. Why we just connected. We were capable of great intelligence and massive stupidity within seconds of each other. Okay, don't marry. You go get some food. Don't want you wasting away. You need the curvy bits and squidgy bits. Oh, yeah. Good. Third cup. That's a start. Third cup. So that means you've been awake for what? 10 minutes. Oh, there's that blooming noob again cutting across my streams. I don't know. What's he like? Hamalama Ding Dong. Yeah. Exactly. On first sip, so we're still at Pamela then. Not quite Countess Bathory, but getting there. But yeah, so Jason said, yeah, the people that have been living on that land for thousands upon thousands of years, who aren't, subsistence, they're not starving and barely surviving each year. They're thriving. They're doing really well in that country. That just makes no sense to me at all. Let's get rid of them, and then we'll try and figure all this out ourselves. So perhaps integrating and taking time to learn each other's customs and what each other can, what we can teach each other. Perhaps the world would be a much better place if everyone did that. Rather than regarding them as heathen savages because they don't worship the same God. Who knows? We might have proved the existence of Bigfoot by now. Because if there was anyone who knew, yeah, they'd probably been killed. Oh, pardon me. No, that was still a small one. That was me keeping the volume of that one down. And again, this isn't a ghost down here. That's just a random ray of light. Don't get many of them around me, so I like to keep them when they are here. It's normally a ray of darkness. Hello, Deborah. How are you? Pamelina. Yeah, I do like Pamelina. That's a good one. God knows what people. Serving at Starbucks in the morning. I've got a French press and that one, no coffee. Oh, no. If it comes to coffee, I just get whatever the cheapest instant is. If I happen to be out and about, then I'll find a market stall that's still doing the instant in the plastic cup. You know, so 70p rather than £5. Exactly. Very sophisticated people, just in a slightly different way to Europeans. And, you know, how much could we have learned overall as a species if we hadn't just decided that people that we weren't are equal as we saw it back then, weren't inferior, you know, trade on common ground, intermarried, complex beliefs and ways, and all bulldozed. Yeah. It's basically a more modern day version of the Crusades. What's these people don't worship Christianity? We must kill them. Or English colonialism. Although, to be fair, we weren't quite that bad generally. Most of the time we just stuck a flag in and stole all their money and gold and diamonds and hardwood and silver and rubies and sapphires and opals, and it basically just took anything of value and left the people to it pretty much. Yeah, fueled by pure greed. Yeah. Fueled by greed, money, and covering that up with religion. Yeah. Kind of covers why I don't do religion. My pet. Hello, my dear. Yeah. It's certainly an authority I don't recognise. Sorry, I'm just watching shell dwellers getting jiggy with it. It's amazing. You feed them baby brine shrimp twice, and then they suddenly start breeding again. I wonder if there's a correlation there. Maybe I stopped feeding them baby brine shrimp, so they stopped reproducing because I was running out of space to put them. It's kind of a dumb thing to do because now I know I can get twice the money for one of them as I can for a bristlenose or a cravensis. So hey ho. I guess a lot of people accidentally breed cribs, and there's probably, well, we know what bristle noses are like. So there's probably not that many people around here that actually keep shell dwellers, which is weird. Because our tap water is perfect for shellies. You can keep them in a smallish tank. You don't have to worry about plants or anything like that. You just need some sand, some rocks, and some shells. You don't need decent lights. They don't produce much waste. They get on well in groups. They're kind of the perfect fish, really, for around here. Always interesting to watch when they're doing their aquascaping and showing off to each other and looking after their babies. Yeah. I'm with Shelley Sean. I think more people should keep shellies, especially in hard water areas, rather than African cichlids. Shellies are much more fun than like haps and peacocks and boonas and whatever other random weird things you have to overstock or they kill each other. Ain't space in my tanks for aggressive fishies. He says as the big male chases off one of the smaller ones. Yes, I know you've got little fangs. And yes, it kind of hurts when you bite me, but I ain't worried about it. I've been bitten by bigger fish than you. Although at least now I can say I've been bitten by a fish and it's drawn blood. I mean, okay, it wasn't a piranha. It was just a biter, but hey, he didn't like getting caught. Especially not the second time. First time weren't too bad, other than getting bitten. Second time he went nuts. Ooh, there was one bit of good news. Because as you may recall, we had 2 female swordtails in that tank a while back. One lasted 24 hours and one lasted 48 before they both got, or one got eaten and one got killed by a certain biter. The other day, I was sitting in my armchair and I happened to look across and I saw a tiny orange fishy scooting about. So one of the female swordtails did drop fry. Now, I haven't seen it since. So it's either really good at hiding or it's been eaten by an akara. But hey, it's another one I've bred. It's another tick off. I have bred these. Okay, they all got eaten, but I bred them. So other than mollies, that's all the major live bearers now. And you haven't done mollies because I've not done mollies yet. And the way I see it, a molly is basically a cross between a platy and a swordtail. Yeah. It's if you can breed one of them, you can breed all of them, especially if you've got hard water. So I'm still trying to figure out how the flexes managed to get down to, is it down to 6.8 pH? The GH is like 20 and the KH is 10. How's that work? But I guess we must have plenty of good rotting stuff in the substrate. That's the word. There's plenty of good stuff rotting down in there by now. That tank's been up and running nearly 3 years, so it could probably do with a sort out and a rejig, but Everything's running well. Speaking of grinning gimp faces, there is Mr. Graham from Aquarium Adventures himself. There we go. There's a grinning gimp face. How are you, Graham? Enjoyable stream as always on Friday? Am I correct? It is just me and you, really, that do live streams from the UK, isn't it? And I have shown off, obviously. So if anyone wants to buy one of these absolutely awesome towels with either this blows or this sucks in a variety of colours, go to aquariumadventures.co.uk. Oh, you beep! You got thunder and lightning. Oh, send it this way. Send it south. Sheffield, so it's not that far south, really, is it? No, not that far. Come on, send it this way, Graham. Send it this way. We love a good thunderstorm here, even if it will basically supercharge my ghosts. I don't mind. I don't mind if Shadow decides to go stompy around the bedroom tonight and comes peeking at me around the corner down the stairs. Hey, don't scare me. I'm used to them. I'm saying the other thing is I am currently working out and doing the math to the Americans. Working out what I need to put a shrimp rack in. To the side, just move the camera sharp, it'd be easier. Stick a shrimp rack, not shrink rack, in down there. As now I know I can make as much money from cherry shrimp as I can from bristlenoses or crebensis, and they're a lot easier to keep. They take up a lot less room, a lot less maintenance. Yeah. Working out the numbers for that, how much is going to cost to get an extra 2 or 3. Well, tanks aren't the issue, really. It's all the other guff. It's getting the rack, one that's the right size. So I'll probably end up having to get one the same as that one, and then only use half of it. It seems that the ones that are that kind of height, with level with that shelf, which is kind of all I want, aren't available, or if they are, they were just way too deep. So yeah, what the probable plan for that would be 3 or 4 shrimp tanks on the top, and then a pleco tub at the bottom. Because never have too many tubs of plecos. Especially if both pairs start breeding, I'm going to need extra ones. And I may well have an empty tank at the moment, that one. And that one will be empty once I take those Praecox rainbows out of quarantine. And I do have one very small spawn of bristlenoses to go into one of them, but the big tub at the bottom hasn't got a huge amount in. So yeah, working that one out. See if I can wangle 3 or 4 shrimp tanks. Well, it'd be 4 because I've got the Blue Dream colony now, hopefully going. That should increase the amount of shrimpies I can sell every month. I just have to make sure I've got the fembendazole on in stock, just in case I get any more planaria outbreaks. So we're working that one out. I mean, the easy one would be just stick them on top of the coffee table, but that's not going to take that much weight. It's struggling with one. One piece of what, 1 centimeter MDF. It's not holding. Definitely not holding 3 or 4 tanks. Unless I just get a piece of worktop cut to the right size. Just stick that on the top. But then that probably wouldn't be that much cheaper than actually buying a rack. Because if you're not looking at having big heavy tanks on there, you can get away with a fairly low rated rack for weight. English is hard. I mean, I'll say this one is rated at 175 kilo a shelf, which isn't much, but when you've only got 60 odd litres of water on there, you know, even if you add in the weight of the tanks and the light and the substrate and what have you, yeah, you're nowhere near 175 kilo. What's going on with this bloody ciggy? It don't smoke properly. So yeah, so it'd be the rack, a couple of heaters, a couple of sponge filters, a light that will go across the top of all 3 tanks, dual outlet air pump, pretty much it, substrate, decor, and shrimp. Oh yeah, got to get your hands wet. We like ladies with wet fingers in this stream. That's one of Marit's jokes. Although with her, I never know whether that means she's working in the tank, in the bath, or doing something else. So yes. Does anyone have any opinions on or thoughts about a shrimp rack? When I say rack, I mean like 3 tanks, 4 tanks of shrimp. Do you think that's a good idea? Or do you think I'd overstock demand fairly rapidly? Because it does seem that people like to buy shrimps and then accidentally kill them fairly regularly. Or they put them in with fish and then every so often one gets eaten and all the babies get eaten. So when I think about the only fish I would probably put in with shrimp would be baby bristlenoses, but I don't want to be playing catch the bristlenose and not the shrimp. Yes. I'm getting pretty damn good at catching bristlenoses. Getting better at catching cribs as well. Actually, I'm not sure what it'd be like if I tried to catch the Acaras out of there. That'd probably be carnage. Knowing what they're like, they would probably beat themselves to pieces on every single possible thing they can swim into at high rate of knots. And by the time you get into the shop to sell them, they're going, yeah, we ain't taking them, mate. They're on death's door. Given how, especially Donkey, because Donkey's missing a chunk out of his face at the moment, ain't you? Eh? Yeah, well, he managed to swim into a log. You're stunningly gorgeous one bookie shrimp this weekend. Well, aren't you lucky? On both counts, Anthony. You got a Priscilla and shrimp. Also bought some other fish. Howdy, Fish Tropic. How's it going? See, and here I was earlier thinking, do I stream tonight? Because with it being Independence Day, all the Americans will be off doing things with friends and family and celebrating. It looks like most of you turned up here. So, okay. A bit like me at Christmas. Last thing I want to do is celebrate Christmas or a birthday or anything really. I just like to trundle, bump along at a fairly even keel. Yeah. Chat freezes on Samsung all the dang time. Not a problem I have. My Samsung is donkey's years old. The more tech savvy ones will probably know. Samsung Tab 3. Probably getting on for a decade old now. That about the one thing it does do really well is play live streams, do chat. The internet-y thing on it don't work anymore. You're all funned out. Yeah, good. So this is always the annoying thing, isn't it? When things like that are on a Sunday, it's like, well, I've got to go to work tomorrow. If I celebrate on Sunday, I'm going to be in no fit state to go to work on Monday. Or I'm going to go to work and I'm going to feel like absolute hell all day. So, yeah, it probably makes sense to celebrate a day early. Yeah, it was Sunday night. Hang on, you're Sunday. Oh yeah, you're ahead. Are you ahead or behind me? Oh, I'll get confused. Your office is closed Monday. Sensible idea. It's one of those, if we're open, no one's going to turn up for work anyway, so we may as well shut. Save the grief. Give everyone a chance to get over their hangovers and food comas and deliver their food babies. Very sensible. I think that's why we have Boxing Day, just to get over Christmas Day. Except for anyone who works in the shop works in a shop or any of the service industries has to go to work on Boxing Day. Trust me, it sucks. Not only because you don't want to be at work, because that's every day. Oh my, but everyone else is just so happy. If there's one thing I don't deal with well, it's people being happy at me. I don't mind. I haven't got a problem with people being happy. I just like to do it over there somewhere, not directly at me. It's a thing. Again, I just like bumping along on an even keel. Don't get too excited. Don't get too up and down. Just bump along. Although admittedly there was a big down dip earlier this year, but I think we're mostly over that now. So maybe give it another week or two and I'll start looking for another job. Because again, that's the other thing is, do I want to get a shrimp rack and buy all the stuff when I haven't got a job and I haven't got any income, as it were, and look at my bank balance and go, oh, I need a job? Or do I just do all the planning, get everything figured out, then get a job? Once I know I've got some income coming in, then shell out, as it were, and buy the shrimp rack and tanks and filters and heaters and air pumps and lights and substrates and wood and moss and all the other bits that you kind of don't think about but soon add up. And I thought I had that all figured out, and then I remember, then it was like, oh, you're going to need air valve adapters, and airline. Oh, and waterproof black paint as well. Yeah, that was considerably more expensive than I was expecting. I think I've got some left, probably enough for a couple of shelves, so we might get away with not buying more of that. But that might have just been me putting 3 coats of it on each side, just to make sure that the water didn't soak into the MDF and turn it into soggy cardboard, which, let's be honest, is all MDF is. Angel on my side says you have finance first. Yeah, at the moment I'm listening to Angels, so yeah, I'll get the list sorted out of exactly what I need, and then go from there. Now, it could well be one of those things of, yay, I've got a job. Right, order the stuff as the celebration for getting the job. Yeah. And they start a new job, and they go, so why do you only want to be part-time? You go, well, because I've got all these fish tanks to look after, and I make money from selling them, and a little bit from YouTube. Nothing much, but every little helps, as a certain supermarket set keeps telling us. I've still not got around to putting the thing on Facebook Marketplace about selling fish tank water for watering plants, but I'll get that done at some point. I think I'll probably play it safe and sensible. Because even then, once you've got the tanks and everything, you've got to leave them a few months, not to cycle, as it were, because this is me, I don't cycle tanks, but let them mature and start growing enough gunk and settle down enough that when you put shrimp in there, they're going to be happy and safe. Oh, boo! That big black storm cloud went past and didn't do anything. Damn you, storm cloud. You know what's going to happen. I'll literally just get to sleep. I'll finally drop off, and then boom, flash, 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 bang, rumble. Then the rain will stare right down. It'll be like, oh crap, I've got to get up and shut the door and the windows. And then it'll take me another 2 hours to get back to sleep again. Never mind, all I've got to do tomorrow is water change that rack anyway, so that shouldn't take more than an hour and a half. Because obviously I stop off for a cigarette in the middle. What's it going to be? It's going to be 1, 2, yeah, it's going to be 3 buckets worth. So, plus we've got 6 filters that are in pleco tanks, so they take a fair bit of cleaning out at least once a week, if not twice. And as they've been eating courgette or zucchini this week, yeah, those filters are going to be full. Jesus, the size of the tail on you. I know you're a long fin, but is it your body stopped growing, but all the fins are grown to full size? It's one of those. Is anyone munching Cookie Monster at the moment? No? Yeah, you definitely need dealgifying. Actually, let's have a little look-see, see what we got. See if we can actually hold the camera in a roughly straight position this week. So, that one is empty. Hello, Mike, how you doing? That one is Shelly Dwellies, they're all doing okay. He says just turn around chicken, we've got air in them. And in that one are the 4 remaining Praecox rainbows that are still going to stay in quarantine. I stuck a mop in there just in case. Let's see if we can catch him without him going nuts. That way. Try not to make it feel seasick. So we've got roughly 40 crebensis in there. Roughly 60 bristle noses in there, all of which seem to be hiding up at the moment. Another 60 bristle noses in there. And probably another 60 or 70 down there. And then a bit algified, but the main Shelly Dwelly tank. Everyone having some fun. Curtains. Random fishy guff on the top of the rack. Ugly English dude. Scotty, how the devil are you? You little grey man, you. Sorry, Alien World Aquatics. Get the right name in there to do what you're supposed to do. And then, oh, seriously, Blackpool's the only place you could book a theory test. Damn. Well, I'm assuming you're staying overnight. If you are, Wigan isn't too far of a detour on your way back, and you could stop by at the wharf. But yeah, good luck to the oldest for his theory test. Yeah, and stay safe and watch out for those weird northerners. You know what Blackpool's like. Yeah. And yeah, as I say, best of luck. As Nadine passed hers recently, so fingers crossed your wee man will do too. Then you just have to worry of him actually driving when he passes his test. Something I'm not looking forward to. But there we go. Anyway, so hope all goes well, and if you can, make a stop off in a fish shop on the way home. Oh, Scott, should I start a saltwater tank? Can't decide. If you've got the stuff and you know what you're doing, go for it. If it's going to cost you a small fortune and you don't really know what you're doing, yeah, so telling me YouTube superstar says, well, good luck. You know what you're doing, so if you know what you're doing, why not? And there's plenty of alien looking things that come out of the sea. Just get a bobbit worm in there, you'll be sorted. That's definitely an alien. Or razor clams. They're just perverse. Yeah, sea cucumbers, starfish, not chocolate ones because fish don't like chocolate. I wonder if there is a type of starfish that is actually called a rusty starfish. There has to be. I can't believe anyone would pass that chance up. Peace. And weird shaped heart because, you know, later. See you later, Dan. Have fun. Have some chips. Watch out for the seagulls. And the women with beards are normal for Blackpool. Thankfully, no one from Blackpool is in the stream. Even Marritt's gone. She used to live in Blackpool. So, Yeah, if you want to do it, Scott, and you know what you want to do with it, go for it. And the good. Why am I rolling a ciggy when I've got one half smoked in the ashtray? Yeah, I mean, I kind of think about salt, but given the way I'm going at the moment, well, I'm trying to sort of support myself, as it were, from breeding. Salt is probably a bad idea. 27-gallon cube, so a Fowler tank. Yeah, it shouldn't be too complicated. A gent of your intellect and knowledge level should be able to manage a 27-gallon Fowler. I mean, if I was going to do salty, then yeah, that's what I'd do. Fish only with live rock or live sand, whichever way you want to do it. It seems to me if you just go fish, then it's fairly simple. The only real difference is keeping an eye on the salt level. It's when you start adding things like corals and all that kind of stuff that you start needing protein skimmers and all these refugiums and nitrate reactors and God knows what else. And water changes are a pig because you got RO and resaltify the water, and yeah, far too much hassle for me. I'm very much just stick the bucket in the sink, turn the hot tap on, turn the cold tap on, drop some safe in, stick my hand in, go, yeah, that's about the right temperature. There we go, and put it in the tank. That's about as technical as my fish keeping gets. I'm actually doing water tests for that video this week. That's something I've not done for a while. And the reason I didn't break out the API test kit for that was because, well, the only thing that's going to show me that the test strips don't show is ammonia. And I'm pretty sure that there's not going to be ammonia in either a pond or a river or a water butt. And if there was, it's because someone just peed in it. Well, it'd probably be cheaper for you to hire someone in the States than for me to come over and do it. Plus, between the two of us, we probably screw it up. Although I think at least two of my LFSs, along with selling RO water, I also sell salt water. So that would be probably the easiest way for me to do it. Bring a bunch of premix on. Yeah, given the amount of liquid you're allowed to take on planes these days, I don't think they're going to let me take a few gallons of water. What's this? Salt water. Sorry, sir, why are you transporting salt water halfway across the planet? My mate needs a water change in his fish tank. Probably not the weirdest thing they've heard, but it'd be a case of get to the check-in and go, excuse me, is there anyone who keeps fish here? Do any of you keep tropical or salt fish? Oh, you do. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, I'll deal with you. You'll understand these things. Yeah. Yes. I'll be like, do you want proof? All right, here's the salinity checker. Hey, salt water. If you want to taste it, you're welcome. Tastes a bit salty though. No, it tastes a bit like the sea, really. I'm not the North Sea because, you know. Although if you did a native fish tank, that'd be quite easy for the UK. I mean, as long as the water's a greeny brown colour, you're okay. Yeah, the North Sea is basically greeny brown colour all the time. And it's one of, if not the roughest seas in the world. Salty, then it's salt water. Yeah. Or it's me when someone's annoyed me. I get really salty. It's the reason I stopped wearing a headset when I was playing online computer games, because I would just get banned within about 5 minutes if I got on a team with a bunch of idiots. I swear I've heard next door laughing at some of the things I shout at the TV when I'm playing games. Yeah. Some of the random insults. I'm quite good at insults. I'm not so good at compliments. I'm good at insults. Not insults, insults. I'm trying to think, what would be the most alien looking thing you could put in a Fowler tank? Other than, you know, an actual decoration of an alien. Creature wise, what is the weirdest saltwater inhabitant that is easy to look after and, you know, doesn't require $3,000 worth of stuff to look after the water for it? Probably be something that lives in really polluted water. On a horseshoe crab would be cool. I've got a funny feeling you need a slightly bigger tank for a horseshoe crab. And yeah, I can't be bothered to stand up at the moment, so I'm just reusing a filter. The horseshoe crabs definitely are alien. You know, blue blood, literally. Oh, that'd be cool. A prehistoric fish room. Where you're just keeping all the species that have been around for millions of years. So you'd have your horseshoe crabs, coelacanth, bichers. What other things haven't changed for millions of years? Alligator. Heck, brine shrimp. I mean, technically, I am keeping salt water. But it's not much of an aquarium. It's more of a brine shrimp hatchery, but, you know, it's still salt water with life in it. I mean, that life dies every 24 hours when I stick it in a fish tank, but, you know. And that's the other thing. We've probably all kept a saltwater tank just without really thinking about it. Because let's be honest, we all had sea monkeys as kids. I mean, sea monkeys being brine shrimp, so we've all kept salt water at some point or other. Maybe not successfully. You have serpent starfish that ate some of the fish in the tank. Yeah, well, I mean, if If the fish goes to sleep, yeah, and the starfish manages to sneak up on it, it ain't getting away. Even if the starfish is just hanging on for dear life while the fish zooms around the tank, the starfish can still start eating. The little damsel, oh, at least in that case, they don't disappear in one bite like Spaz did with the female swordtails. Yeah, when an entire adult swordtail disappears without a trace. Yeah, I emptied the tub he was in this week. Oh boy. I forgot how big full-grown biter poop is, especially when I've been eating the entire fish. That was on it. Yeah, there was a lot in the bottom of that tank. Well, tub. It wasn't really a tank, it was a plastic tub under the stairs with a heater and a filter and a bit of fake rock, and chucked one of the filter pads out of the U4 in it to give it cycle. And stuck a new pad in there because it needed it. You got to go smoke. You shouldn't smoke, it's bad for you. It's harmful to your health. Trust me, I'm really unhealthy and I smoke. Therefore, ergo, not ergot, ergo. Oh, yay, hello little bubby. Tomorrow, 2 weeks and no smokes. Oh, congratulations, Kenny. Well done, sir. Did you make sure you'd done the DMV before you gave up smoking? But yeah, congratulations, sir. I mean, I did it at one point. I gave up. It wasn't too difficult. I gave up for the wrong reason. I gave up because the female I was with at the time was highly, highly anti-smoking. And she stressed me out. I say gave up, I was having like 2 or 3 a day. And she stressed me out. And she stressed me out. I got bored. So I went for a walk, had a smoke on the way. When I got back, she smelt the smoke, went absolutely nuts. And that was the end of that relationship. Even if it did mean me sitting at a very small train station that didn't have a roof on it on a Sunday morning for 2 hours waiting for a train in the rain. That was preferable to being around hers. And that was I think it was February or March. Like I say, don't worry about it, Kenny. Philip Morris ain't going to go out of business because I'll probably smoke just enough to keep up from what you've not smoked. Like I said to one of my friends when he went on a diet, don't worry, I'll eat just enough. I'll eat more crap just to balance out what you're not eating. Yeah, I do need a drink. Yeah, I say salt is something I've thought of, but as I say, given the way I'm going and how difficult breeding saltwater fish is, I definitely ain't got the chops to do that yet. I'm going to stick to the simple stuff I know I can sell. Yeah, so we're going to stick to bristle noses, shrimpies, hopefully cories. I hope they start. There's 10 of them in there, so they should start breeding at some point. Probably going to get a couple more female swordtails just to get the live food levels up again. And then, so hopefully the dwarf neon rainbows will spawn, and I'll catch the eggs before they get eaten. And then cherry shrimp. I mean, if I could sell Malaysian trumpet snails, I would be rich, because I can breed them like no tomorrow. Yeah. If I could sell Malaysian trumpet snails for £1 each, I would definitely not have to work. Evening, Aaron. How you doing? Yeah. So. Yes. So it is going to be planning and thinking and figuring out just exactly what I can do, just exactly what I can breed that will make decent money and sell well. You know, there's no point me breeding convicts because I won't be able to sell them. No one will want them. They're easy to breed, same with guppies, but you can't sell them. No one will take. Well, I'll take them, but I won't give you any money for them. Not enough for it to be like financially worthwhile. Actually, going to the effort of buying guppies, putting them in a tank, waiting for them to grow, and then selling them. It's just not worth it. Same with platies, probably swordtails too, but and mollies. I say it's at the point where cribs are starting to get hard to shift, so hopefully I can get rid of the last 40 fairly rapidly, or as soon as I get big enough. So I could probably. The thing is I'd like to just take the whole lot in one go and sell, but the more you take out, the quicker they grow. There's less competition, more space. So taking in 10 at a time means they'll get bigger quicker, but it's just a pain in the butt. So we shall see. And hopefully the bristlenoses start again. Yes, Bertie, you got a big belly full, ain't you? You're full of eggs. Just need Spotty to get you in that cave now. Eh? Same with Fred and Ginger. So I've got a funny feeling I'll be making more money out of super reds and longfin super reds than I will be making out of commons. So not that I don't love Spotty and Bertie and their offspring, but sorry, well, Bertie isn't being a sunshine, but when you breed anything with a common, they revert to common. So we shall see. And the other one I've been thinking of is clown plecos, but again, they're expensive. Small clutches, and most, see, us as aquarists or whatever we want to call ourselves, people with fish rooms, no, we buy fish because we like the fish. Most people who have the one fish tank will buy a bristlenose pleco because they want something to eat the algae. So they're not going to spend 30-40 quid on a clown pleco when they can get a bristlenose for 5 or 10, and it's going to do the same job. Probably die in a few months because they won't have wood in the tank. They won't feed it algae wafers or anything. You know how most people are with fish tanks. It's an ornament in the room that you change what's in it fairly regularly because it keeps dying. Whereas those of us with a little bit more knowledge, because I don't count myself as a knowledgeable fish keeper. You know, I've not even been doing this 3 years yet. So that's probably about 3 years ago I started looking into it and researching. Yeah, we keep our fish alive far longer. Let's just put it that way. But then if everyone kept their fish alive for years, there wouldn't be the sales. So, you know, you wouldn't be selling 100 bristlenoses a week out of your shop. You'd be selling 10. So, as bad as it sounds, as a breeder, you want people to be killing fish. Or as a shop owner, you want your customers' fish to die so they come back and buy more. But you want them to live long enough that they don't just get sick of it and go, nah, and just stop. You want the fish to stay alive long enough that they carry on keeping fish, but not so long that they don't come back and buy more. You know, it's a bit dark, but that's the way it works. You know, and I would obviously hate to think, you know, that I'm selling fish and then they're going to someone's house and they're killing them because I spent time and effort and money raising them. But yeah, and in some cases, fussed and stroked them and been nibbled on and, you know, had fun, developed an attachment. Be interesting to see. Probably be next weekend. Go to the LFS again. Be interesting to see if Spaz is still there or whether they sold him or not. And they may have sold him and he's come back again. That wouldn't be the first time that's happened to one of my fish. I took my angel fish in, they sold her, and she came back a few days later. Same with the yo-yo loaches. Yeah, it's funny what happens when you stick a full-grown angel fish in a tank full of guppies. Yeah, you suddenly start losing guppies. And then yo-yo loaches that are turned cannibal, basically. Well, those things were eating fish, so they ran out of snails and turned to fish, which was kind of annoying and the reason why I got rid of them when they killed my German blue rams. It's plus the clicky noise they make sounds too much like breaking glass. At least the clown loaches, when they do their clicking, it's just a fishy clicky noise. The yo-yos sound like breaking glass. Bristles and clowns, I wouldn't have thought so. I'm providing, you know, that you've got enough food and enough wood and caves and hidey holes in the tank for them. They should be okay. They're not exactly territorial creatures. I mean, other people would probably know better than me, but I would have thought bristlenose and clowns would be fine with each other. I mean, if anything, the bristlenose will win the fight because they're bigger and heavier. But I've seen a bristlenose headbutt much larger fish. Yeah, old Dave used to be aggressive like that. If someone else tried eating her algae wafer, they got headbutted. I mean, she would literally just go from om nom 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 to whack, not one tail flick. Just headbutt them out of the way. Like, all right, that's mine. And then, because of the amount of, she blew the algae wafer the other end of the tank and couldn't find it again. One clown in a 60-gallon. I had a few baby bristlenoses. He should be okay. I can't see a clown go attacking baby bristlenoses. I mean, you know, as long as they're not snack sized, as long as they're about an inch long, you should be okay, I would have thought. Yeah. Oh, it's bristlenose eggs. Yeah, they'll get eaten, but actual bristlenoses, once they start actually looking like bristlenoses, they should be safe. And the clown isn't an aggressive fish. They spend most of their time hiding from all the other fish. So, yeah, don't quote me on that. Don't take it as gospel. Other people may know better. Kenny probably does. Um, but yeah, I can't see a problem with that. I think most plecos get on well together. Same with Corys. I mean, obviously, you stick one of the carnivorous plecos in there, it might be different matter, but it just reminded me of watching one of the big common plecos in the LFS last week, cleaning the shell on the river turtle. Fly, fly river turtle just laying there on the bottom of the tank going, oh, there's a common pleco going nom 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 all over his shell, getting whatever algae or biofilm was on there. If any of the other fish in that tank tried to om and om on it, it would be a different matter, but it's, the pacu would probably take off an arm or a flipper or its head. Don't know what the Mahusive cichlid is that's in there. I'd probably do the same thing. Gar, probably just leave it alone. And same with the big old loachy, catfishy thing. I really should ask what that thing's called. It's big, lumpy, catfishy thing, loachy. Well, it's a loach, but it's about 2 foot long. So I don't know what flavour it is, but it's a very cool fish anyway. And and you've got the red tail catfish in there as well, so that is a monster tank. I think that tank is almost big enough for a better. Damn, you could keep a caiman in that thing. I'm me judging length is a bit tricky. I mean, it's either 10 or 12 foot long, and at least 4 foot tall, and probably 6 foot deep, front to back. So it's a heck of a tank. I wouldn't want to be doing water changes in it or gravel vac in it. I mean, no, it'd be a lot of work. And bees, yeah, there are fish in there that will quite happily bite you. On that one, wouldn't be as bad as the piranha tank. I definitely wouldn't be putting my hand in that one. I'd be wearing a full suit of armour to get anywhere near that tank. There's about 20 full-grown red-bellied piranhas in there, most of which at any particular time are missing chunks of each other. Well, it's the same with the silver dollars. They've got another large tank that's got some full-grown silver dollars in it, and they're usually missing a few chunks of each other as well. Not my kind of fish. I like friendly, happy fish. Might have the occasional falling out, but don't try and eat each other. Well, not aggressively. Yeah. It's one of those things where you got a bite you in it. You know, you got a big carnivorous fish and it's just eating smaller fish. Yeah, it's just doing what it does. But aggression is a completely different thing in my book. And now that Zach's not here to tell him off, yes, he used to do that. If he saw something untoward happening in the tank, he would be up there and telling them off. And I swear they took notice of him as well. Ugh, I am going to have to get another drink. There's the problem with these cans of Red Bull. Don't hold as much as a large can of Monster does. Oh, heck. Ouch. Oh, too old for this. Yeah, all about it. We've all gone out of focus. Where's the focus gone to? No. Come on, camera, focus. Focus. Are you going to focus? No. Bloody thing. There we go. So much for autofocus. Autofocus is where you don't want it to focus. Right. Yes, I'm a heathen. I drink it straight out of the bottle, but I'm the only one here and nobody else drinks it. So. And yes, it is just Sainsbury's own brand cola. I'm not paying £1.50 for 1.5 litres of Coke when I can pay 39p for 2 litres of that. Might not taste quite as good, but it's got sugar in it, it's got caffeine in it, and it tastes of brown. So good enough for me. Squat. Oh, that's a. It's not a typo. I mean, that is definitely the elder predictive text kicking in there. Well, it does make me wonder what you've been searching for it to come up with squat as a. Put some burgers on, cut up some lettuce. I feeding the snails, onions, peppers, and cheese. Cool. That reminds me, I've got a couple of burgers in the fridge, and I actually cleaned my Georgie Foreman, so ooh, you might get them without that char grilled whatever the hell was left on there from last time's taste. But yeah, enjoy your burgers, Aaron. If you don't make it back, enjoy them anyway because burgers are awesome. Oh, we got another big black cloud coming. Hopefully this one will drop some rain on me. Because if it does, once this stream's over, if that starts thundering and lightning and storming, I'm going to be sitting outside for a bit and enjoying it. Sundays for burgers. Well, I generally find Sunday is the day I eat the least. Half the time I forget to have breakfast or lunch. And it'll be like, Mary will come over at 12. We'll have some cake. Normally a couple of cream cakes around about 3ish. And I'll get off here at 8 and I'm thinking, I'm really hungry. Even though I do preload somewhat on a Saturday. Yeah, burger Sunday. It should be a thing. When I came in the UK, the tradition is for a full Sunday roast dinner, but I forget the last time I had an actual Sunday roast. Many years ago. No ganja, gave that up 7 years ago. It's just tobacco. See, what you need, Aaron, is a fish tank, because then you could use your water change water to water and feed all your plants. As Mary grew potatoes in a pot this year, well, she does it every year, and this year they got fed with fish tank water. She got a lot more potatoes this year, and apparently they were a lot tastier as well. So, no, I'm not saying fish tank water is awesome, but fish tank water is awesome. Especially when you fill it up with pleco poop as well. Yeah, exactly. Fish tank water. I mean, yeah, I kind of wish I didn't pour my excess on the garden, because it means the garden grows a lot quicker and thicker and needs cutting more often. But you know, it's poop time. Oh, pardon me. I swear as much carbon dioxide comes out of me as oxygen. Oh, oh, James, what the hell is on? Hmm. Hello, Priscilla. I'll forgive you the spelling mistake. Had your man in earlier, telling us how much he loves you and how wonderful you are, giving him shrimp at the airport, waiting in line for donuts and lurking. Well, you got to do something while you're waiting in line for donuts, I suppose. And you may as well listen to a weird Englishman waffle on for a bit. Although I could just sit here silently until you get your donuts. That would be quite annoying, because then you just go and tune in to Corey's stream instead. Yeah. It's always nice to hear a fish fan romance going well. Oh, actually, I don't know if anyone's here with the thing. I don't think Amber's here, so I might be safe to say it. Susan SLC Aquatics is collecting, as it were, on her PayPal for Amber, because obviously I'm guessing most people know what's been occurring with Amber lately. I don't think Amber's actually aware that Susan's doing a collection, but again, every little helps. So if you wanted to know the details and where exactly which PayPal to send it to or whatever, just ask Susan. She'll know. Well, she should. She's running it, but yeah. And if it's supposed to be a secret and Amber is here and isn't supposed to know, sorry, didn't mean to. It wasn't on purpose. I don't have the link, unfortunately, Priscilla. And I don't think anyone here has. Kenny might have it. Trying to think who else was about. Because you know how horrible I am with tech. If I try posting a link, the nerd is back. Here come the nerd stepper. He's the fish fam gangster. Oh God, what? Oh, sorry. I really shouldn't do rap. If I do rap, it begins with a capital C. So yes. Trying to think. So we're at that time. Has anyone got any questions? Oh, Oh, Revenge of the Nerds. I've got that on DVD somewhere, Jason. Very young. Well, Anthony Edwards with hair. That's all you had to say. But yeah, great movies. There's 3 or 4 of them. I can't remember. But yes, Revenge of the Nerds. Awesome movie. Nerds forever. And also, if anyone's got any fishy songs that they've done and don't mind them being shared around, Jess from Mainsail, Fur and Fins is doing ad breaks on her shows now where she's putting up fish songs as the advert. So there we go. We got the romance live in the chat. Time to break out the violins or mariachi band, whichever you'd prefer, while you're trying to have a romantic meal. Why do they do that? You're sort of trying to have a romantic meal with your partner and then it just kills the mood. Or Floor Jansen and Troy Donackley wanted to come up and do that, then I'd quite happily let them. Hotel Classics. Hey, if I ran a brothel, it'd be called the Hotel California. Yes, yeah, you did do a fishy song, didn't you, Scott? So if you don't mind, you can. If you don't mind her using it, you can let Jess use it. Might get you some more subs. She's currently trying to get hold of Lucas Bretts to get Jess from Mainsail, Fur and Fins. Is in her daily live stream. She has an ad break section. She goes to the toilet or gets another cup of coffee, where she plays a Fish Fam song. So it's like Fish Nerd from Jadron, the Snails song from Foxy's Fishes. So she's trying to get hold of Lucas for Mr. Pleco, or in Lucas' words, Mr. Pleco. More the merrier, really. Gets you shared about a bit more. I reckon Jason should do a song. Red fish and a blue fish had a race. All Red wants to do is stuff his face. Oh no, Muppet's got dry hands again now. I hope you enjoyed getting your fingers wet anyway. If that's not too perverse. Well, it's my stream. I get to say what goes. Perversion happens. It's me. Perversion's going to happen, whatever happens. And clean yourself up and make some lunch. Yeah, have a good day, Scott, and I'll catch you later, buddy. And again, don't do anything I wouldn't do. Well, don't do anything I haven't done. Oh, yeah, Aqualung. Yeah, I don't know how you could convert the lyrics of Aqualung to fishy, but snot is running down his face. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, see, I know the song. And people think I'm nuts. I've obviously never watched a Jethro Tull live show. Ian Anderson is completely insane. Well, I'll say he's got. They say there's that fine line between genius and insanity. He's got 1 foot either side of the line, definitely. Has done for decades. This is one of the things that people say a song and I'll know it, and they'll be like, "How the hell do you know that?" I do enjoy watching some of the reactions on YouTube, especially to certain dark or nasty songs, when you know the person who's doing the review isn't that sort of a person. When you get some delicate, gentle little flower, some pretty little blonde girlie, and they react to something like Closer by 9 Inch Nails. Oh, perfect. There you go, Jason. Fish are floating in your tank. Dun, dun, dun. Should have done your water change. Dun, dun, dun. Get your water test kit. 5 ml in a vial. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. There you go. You're going to be stuck singing that now for days, Jason. Although the thing is, if they're floating, you should really have looked sooner. They don't float straight away. They sink to the bottom first. And if you've got lots of snails in the tank, you don't find the corpse either. So you don't get floaters with lots of snails. They eat it first, unless it's a very large fish. Oh, I'm out of tobacco. The world is ending. There isn't enough in any of them dog ends to make a ciggy either. Oh well. Nice, exactly. There's a good one I watched the other day. It was there's a Belgian guy who's very emotional and snowflakey and delicate, and he did a reaction to Cradle of Filth's 13 Autumns and a Widow. Scared the bejesus out of him. It was hilarious. He was doing okay until Danny started singing. And then instantly jumps on the, oh my God, they're Satanists. No. They just wear in black and look a bit scary. They're actually really nice people. Most metalers are, to be fair. It's the pop and rap people who tend to be the gits and the buttholes and the douche canoes. The rockers tend to be fairly chilled and decent people. Yeah, basically immediate crying. Yeah, got through like the organ intro. As soon as the first scream came in, he was like, oh. Good job it wasn't the actual video he was doing. It was the lyric video, not the actual music video. So if he'd have done the uncensored music video, he'd have probably wet himself. When the naked ladies are playing the violin on their arm, but instead of strings on the bow, it's razor blades, and all the blood is running into the bath where Countess Bathory is. Yeah. Cruelty and the Beast, great album. Should be in the room with Richard. Yeah. People go, "But I don't understand why you like such depressing or angry music. Why don't you listen to nice music?" Because I'm not a nice person. I empathize with depressed and angry. I don't empathize so much with happy, happy, joy, joy. It's just not really in my lexicon. I'd far rather listen to a song about somebody suffering or how bad life is or how much something sucks than how wonderful something is, because then it just makes me think how much my life sucks in comparison. As if someone's singing about how bad their life is and it's worse than mine, it makes me feel better. Weird and perverse, I know, but you know. Series quote. Yeah, Cradle of Filth, I mean, exactly. It's beautiful. I mean, admittedly, you do have to have the lyrics in front of you to know what is being sung, but it's goddamn poetry. It's, I mean, not for everyone. I'm not entirely sure. I'm really, because it's not really black metal and it's not goth metal. It's just kind of Cradle of Filth, really. They're like Nightwish, they're their own kind of music. And when you have to explain to someone what an amphetamine girl means, you know they're listening to the wrong kind of music for them. But yeah, I mean, Cradle of Filth, lyrically, I'd put up there prose wise right with H.P. Lovecraft. It's awesome. I say the music's not for everyone, but reading the lyrics, why can't we eat eclairs in the sun and listen to the Beach Boys? Wouldn't it be nice if we were older, then we wouldn't have to wait so long? I mean, I like eclairs and I like the Beach Boys. I just don't like the sun. that's that simple. You can sit in the sun. I'll eat eclairs in the shade and listen to the Beach Boys. But again, then yeah, there's a lot more darkness to the Beach Boys than people seem to realise. Um, it's not all about little deuce coops and thunderbirds and surfing, yeah, or little Hondas. There's some darkness in there. You might have to dig a bit, but it's there. Anyway, I've done me 2 hours. I've run out of tobacco, and don't worry, I've got some more over there. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Yeah, I don't say hello to darkness. It's just enveloping me in its warm embrace all the time. So yeah, I'm down in the bottom of the darkness looking up. Is that a chink of light I see? Yes. But anyway, as I said, my 2 hours is up ish. I need to get something to eat and some more tobacco in my tin. So thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. And again, happy 4th of July to my American friends. Rocco Satan eclairs. Yeah. So thank you all for turning up. Have a good week. Stay safe. Peace out. Rock on. And goodbye. Something like that. I don't know. I'm hungry. I'm tired. I'm old. I'm crap. See you later on. Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop do 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 do.